Art. I'm Rachel Hogan, and today we're going to make some art. Actually, I'm painting this sign, and this sign is one that I'm actually redoing. This was the original color, but that's the back side, so no one's going to see it. So I'm just going to do the front side, and it's like a fence post. And this painting is going, or this sign is going to be displayed on a wall in the restaurant where I do my murals. Let's see if I can get myself on here. Ooh, I did, and it worked. And let's see, I just have to send out one message really quick because I forgot to. I fell asleep this afternoon. I don't know how this happened, but I just passed out. I was so tired. It was really bright. Turn that down a little bit. But I just passed out and could not even stay awake. So that's how that story goes. So exciting. All right, why aren't you getting bigger? There we go. Okay, so I've got my palette paper here on this cardboard. And what is this? Oh, phthalo blue, which I'm not going to be using, but ultramarine blue. We already have blue. So now the original sign, I took a picture of it because I'm redoing it. And let's see if I can find it here. Ooh, I did. Yay! Things are going well. I'm so excited. Yes, so it was Save Our Seat with a heart, and it was black lettering. So I was thinking of using maybe white lettering with something black to shade it, or maybe black lettering with white to shade it. I hadn't really thought about it till now. Funny thing. I think I would have. Well, I might have, but I forgot what I was thinking about because that happens to me. I have like so bad at ADD. That's still really bright. Oops. Maybe that's even better. I don't know. Oh, nails by Navy. Ooh, nails. Bet your nails look amazing. That phone case. Whoops, the little guy's holding it. I like my phone case. This thing's cool. You can pop that out and hold on to it. It's pretty cheap though. I think I got it on Amazon or something, but it's fun. And we are Bayo. Hi, Bayo. Good evening and happy Thursday to you as well. And we're painting a sign right now. This was in honor of a dear, dear love of mine that passed away in a car accident. And it looks really big, but it kind of is actually. And but it was painted and hanging on the wall in the restaurant where he would frequent, like Friday nights. He's such a dancer, but being hit in a car, I'm gonna take these off. He got hit in a car accident and went, he's moved to heaven. That's what I call it. So I wanted to redo the sign. What it looked like before, I wasn't happy with. Somebody else had done it years ago, and I asked the owner if I could refresh it. So we're going to refresh the sign, and it's just going to be something simple, just his name here. And because he was so popular and so friendly and such a giving person, they wanted it to say "Save Our Seat" with a heart at the bottom. And originally it had a cloud at the top, but to me it didn't look like a cloud. And I don't know if a cloud really represents heaven or whatever. So I just wanted to make it look better. And so that's what we're doing. It's like, I hope you can see this sign. I don't know. I'm trying a new camera setup and I'm really hot right now. because I have a tendency to get really warm when I talk and I'm put on the spot, especially with all these lights. I have a lot of lights right now, probably more than I need. So, all right, so we got our brushes picked out. I think I'm going to start with um, this is my handy dandy little turntable with like paint markers, watercolors. It's got my micron pens in it, um, and some other little handy tools for texturing paint and that kind of thing. So I think what I'm going to do is use like a teal. Yeah, I'll use this like it's a teal green. And I think this is going to be what I outline the letters with. And I always like to use a ruler because, and I measure the letters. So when you're doing lettering, how are you, Bayo? I didn't even ask you. Um, and what are you the king of? You're back to Bayo the Wild, not Bayo the Baker. That's awesome. Okay, so I like to like measure out my letters. So this is really rocky. He's got 4 letters in his name, and I want it to be about, let's see, I want it to go down to about 8. So I'm going to go, let's see. So if it's 8, that's 1, 2, about 1.5 inches. No, we're going to go 2 inches each letter. So 2, 4, 6, 8. That's about right. Bring it down here just a little bit. And maybe I'm going to use a pencil. So you won't see it quite yet, but I probably should have done this in the beginning. Nails by Navy. So where are you from? And I wish I could see your nails because I bet they're just awesome. And I'm using my round light. You can tell because of the reflection in the glasses. And then I have another one up there that's round. And then I have one over there and I have a light over there. It's probably too much light. It's going to wash me out. So let's put this down. Reach the hair down so I don't look so stark. I do need to do my roots. That's okay. All right, so going down to 8 inches, and I'm making a little mark down here. This is where his last letter is going to be. So I'm just measuring 8 inches on my ruler. I think a lot of us know what 8 inches are. And now I'm going to put this here. One of these drawers has pencils in it. I like to keep some drawers with pencils around. Yes, that one has no lead. So that's why I like my mechanical pencils. Okay, so I'm at the 8-inch mark and I'm putting it right in the center. And now I'm going to pencil line. This is how wide his letters are going to be down to the 8 mark. And it shouldn't show up. It's not going to show up too much. But you can just see this little line here. And then I just penciled in the width of the ruler for the letters. And now I'm going to make a little line where each letter needs to go. So, and each letter is going to be about 2 inches. So 6. And it's good to measure out the lines. 6, 4, 2, 1. Blast off. And that's right where the screw goes, of course. Now, normally I'll pencil in the letters and then I will use the markers, but because I'm live, I'm going to skip the most important step in making sure that I have the lettering correct. And I'm not sure if I can bring, I might be able to bring that over. I don't think I can make that bigger, but I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. It's telling me to try something you always lose. Okay. I guess we'll start a poll. That's kind of right in my face. That's annoying. Can I move that up out of the way? Weird. Okay. Now I'm watching myself on my phone so I can see what it looks like, but I don't see the poll actually. Um, Chatting. That's funny. So annoying. Okay. Well, whatever. No one said I was technically brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to use my ruler, and his name was Dano. So what I'm going to do is, where's my pencil? I am going to rely on my pencil a lot, so you can't really see what I'm doing. You'll just have to hear me talk about it. C-A-N-O. And I do have some stencils, but they never seem to be the right size. All right, get ready. We're actually going to use my acrylic paint Sharpie pen. And this is going to really help us to get all these brushes in the way for me to write on this. Maybe I should put this phone here where you can see the sign better. All right, so I'm going to grab this phone and put it over my sign so you can watch me paint that instead of just watching me. Okay, let's see how that goes. And let me flip this over like so. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there's my pencil lines right there. I'm going to go ahead and start. Let's put it a little higher. I'm going to start right here. I'll put a little bit of extra light right down here. And I'm going to start with our D. I'm going to follow my line here. This is the D for Dano. And then in the center, I'm going to put the top of the A. Draw a line down to both sides of the corners that I had penciled in. Go ahead and put the D there. D, A, and then we want our N here. And I'm thinking of what an N looks like in my brain right now. So I'm going to go up here and down and up. That's going to come up. Oops, there's a little piece of something there. So yeah, that can come over a little bit. Bring that over a little more. And I'm going to fill that in. So this is our letter N. And our D up here. We want it to be a little rounder. I got to get the angle right. So let's go across here. Bring that down. And we're just going to do block letters. D, A. And I'm glad there's only 4 letters in his name right here. D, A, N, O. So our O is going down the same sides. And using this ruler really helps because that gives me a guideline, if you can see that, of where to put the letters. Let me scoot this down just a little bit more so you can see that better. So I just traced each side of the ruler so that gives me the width I want. And now we're doing an O, so I want to do like the top of the O, the bottom of the O, and then round it. So it looks like an O. And then same thing for in the middle. Just round that up around like that. So that's looking good. Let me put my phone here. This is going to be the one I can see messages on, just in case you decide to message me. So, and don't forget to like the stream if you haven't. I'm just really happy that you know that you're watching and you took a minute out of the time of your day to watch my little stream here. So let's get some more color in there, and I'm just using my acrylic markers from Sharpie. And no, I'm not paid to say them. I just love these markers, and I cannot wait till they make more colors because they work so well. And you can use them on glass, and I'm using it on wood right now. Paper, watercolor, paper, any kind of paper. They're just fabulous markers, really. Fabulous. That's my word of the day. And I'm tipping it sideways because I want it to be a little wider. But they do have a nice fine tip you can work with, which is awesome. So I don't know if any of you have ever tried lettering, but that's probably one of the most, can be a challenging, besides doing portraits, lettering can be one of the most challenging things for an artist to do. I happen to love letters. And I used to always like draw like bubble letters when I was in high school. I don't know if anyone remembers bubble letters. Now we'll just round out these little corners here and make our O. And this sign was sitting in the restaurant up near where the DJ usually is. And I just looked at it and I went, no, it needs to be better. And I took a picture of it from before so I could remember what to write on it. Because my memory is not the best sometimes. I don't know if anybody else has an awesome memory, but mine needs help. Lots of hope. Actually, I'm helping myself to remember more. I'm like um taking like steps toward remembering things and making it a point to remember things, and it's actually working. And this year last year my goal was to be consistent, and this year my goal was to finish what I start, because I have a tendency to start all these projects and never finish them. And whoops, I have so many projects that have not been finished that it's not even funny. All right. And my sister strongly encouraged me to work on finishing my artworks. And let me show you what I've been working on. It's a mermaid holding a baby. Um, right here. She's a beautiful mermaid. And I don't know if you can see it very well. Let me move this, oops, this bucket out of the way. My bucket of paint. I'm gonna bring this down so you can see. This is my mermaid holding a baby. But I need to make the baby better, I think. But I thought it was fun because a lot of times you don't. Hey Vicky, hi, how are you? Thank you for saying hi. What if I can get rid of this thing? Let's see, it says drag here to end question and answers. It's not dragging. Maybe I have to exactly, oh, I don't know. Anyway, but I like this mermaid. I thought she was pretty, and I didn't think she was done at the time, but now looking at her, she's pretty done. I just need to fix the baby's face a little bit and define it, but I used gold on her. And so this one is actually going to be ready to go to a new home soon. If anyone is a mermaid lover like myself. I'll put her back over here. Now the next part of this is we're going to put save our seat down here, but it's going to be more of a and I'm going to use my ruler once again. Let's bring this over here more. So we'll use our ruler here. And my pencil I keep putting away, but keep getting back out. And we're going to shade this with some black and maybe pop out some white or something to really make it stand out. Now it's going to say save our seat. How many letters are in save our seat? SAVEOURSEAT. 11 letters. Okay, so we're going to make those an inch long. Here's the screw hole where they're going to screw in the this board on the wall. So 1 inch each is going to be those letters. And we're not going to do them quite as nicely as the first block letters. This is more informal. And how many letters did I say? It was 11, right? Now I'll move this down about half. And I'm going to mark 1 inch across. 1 inch, 1 inch all the way down. So SAV, save, and we're going to need a space here, 1 inch space. So we'll have to bring it down a little longer. Save. Okay, and 1 inch. OU power, and then another inch, and then let's see, SEAT, SEAT. So we made it a little longer because we do need a space in between the letters. So Saveour, and then start here for seat. Seat, right? Isn't that how you spell seat? Can't. I don't know why I can't think of it. And we're gonna bring that across. Like so. So using a pencil in advance really helps when you want to have good lettering. And usually no one sees it anyway. S, save our OUR. And I've started making signs for this restaurant because they have a lot of these signs on the wall, like probably 100 of them on the outside wall of the bar. There's an outside bar and an inside bar. So this goes to the outside bar, and people will donate money. This is a really good story, and they donate money toward the local food bank, and then to get a sign made for them. And what happens is that the owner uses that money to go toward the local food bank to help feed people who need food, of course. All right, so I think we're going to go ahead and use, I'm just going to use green because I don't want to wear out that other pen. So let's see, we got, I need the 1-inch line up here, which I didn't do. Let's bring that over. And now this is really rocky, and I don't know why, so I'm going to grab a paper towel and maybe just stick it over here. Yeah, that kind of helps a little bit. Not as much as I would have liked it to. So in my drawer, I have some cloth underneath of this side. All right. So now we are going to do our lettering. Save our SEAT, and then a heart at the bottom. It's going to be awesome. And so S's are always a challenge for me. S, E. That was supposed to be save our seat. I'm writing seat first. Now, I don't know if anyone else has ever made a mistake, but it happens. So let me get my Q-tip and my vodka, strictly for professional purposes only. And when you do make a mistake, you can use the vodka to erase your mistakes. So let's see if I can do this. And also you can always paint over any mistakes you do make, so it's not a big deal. But you don't want to go down too hard on it, because otherwise you'll take off too much paint. So you just got to be real careful about the pressure you use on it. Oh, man. Go figure. Okay. Now I am going to have to repaint that. Ah, darn it. No problem, because I still have that color. And as tempting it is to drink some of this right now, because I made a mistake, I'm not doing it. So we're going to throw a little bit of our blue right there. which is phthalo blue, and that's the color I originally used for um, the base color for this board. And I think I must have thrown a little white in there. And I'm almost out of this particular white. I know I got a big tube of it somewhere because you can never have enough white. So part of being an artist is, yeah, you make mistakes, but you just fix them. It's just paint. You can just go over it and fix it. It just takes a little longer and can be frustrating. I added a little bit more blue there. Nice job, Rachel. And I think I'm going to bring this all the way back down. Yeah, I did all the measuring. I'll just do it again. I had the C on my brain, not the save. Okay, rinsing my brush out because I want to just kind of feather this paint a little bit so it blends into this other paint. And it's okay if there's a few variations. And I'm going to use my little fan that I use to keep myself cool to blow some air on here and dry it. Oops, 1, 2, 3. I love this fan. It really works well for keeping me cool. And now we're going to use it just to kind of dry this paint really quick. Fun times, fun times. But you can see the top letters here. And they turned out pretty darn good. And we'll just outline those to really make them pop and put some white on them. This is just a base color so I know where the letters go. And so we'll get that going down. Oh, I'm so warm. Hot, hot. I'm also working on, and I'm truly putting in a genuine effort to put in, to figure out how to use my computer, my laptop for streaming so I can get my face. You know, I want a couple different camera angles eventually here. It's getting dry. Well, that's drying. I'm going to go ahead and work on the next part, O-U-R. Let's see if I did that right. S-A-V-E space O-U-R. Save our, and then I have run out of room over here. I'm hitting the walls. So I don't know if you'll be able to see the last part. Let me just tip the camera a little bit. So hopefully you can see that. And S. That S isn't too bad. I have trouble with my S's sometimes. I don't know why. S-E-A and T. Yeah, this is good. I just wanted it to be better than it was. because the sign looked like it was just somebody had just drawn it with a marker or something, and it had no pizzazz. And for somebody who was so giving, who passed away suddenly in an unexpected car accident, I thought he deserved to have a little bit of a, a little bit better sign. When people, I call it they move to heaven. I know they're dead, but they move to heaven in my book. So I think when people move to heaven, they deserve to have, they probably don't care because they're in heaven now where it's all awesome and flowers are prettier and they have all these, everything they ever wanted. That's how I'm going to put it tonight. And, no pain, no sadness, always happy. And they're living a great afterlife. That is my take on it. And oh, it's almost dry. See, I blended that in really well. So happy with that. Now back to the pencil work. Now that's still wet because it is acrylic paint. And I think I still see my pencil lines here, but just to double check, I'm going to do my 1-inch marks again. One. This is SEANT. And go ahead and draw these across again. Doesn't have to be too harsh, too bold, just enough so I can see it. There. Fixing mistakes is not a big deal. It just can tick you off. Chevy 5-speed, hello. Gloria Santos, hello there. And what's it say? Everyone else is the same thing. I can just for you. I have to get new phone. Oh, I understand. Thank you for that. Yeah. Oh man, I would love a new phone. Chevy 5-speed. Do you have any weekend plans? I don't even know what a weekend is anymore. And I am doing well though, Chevy 5-speed. How are you? I'll just say Chevy. Um, how are you doing? I haven't talked to you forever. It's been raining here all week. Yeah, here too. It's been so rainy and gloomy. Let me do this again. I almost wrote seed again. SAVE. Let me focus here so I don't screw up again. SAVE. Okay. If I wrote C again, I was going to be so mad. S save. There we go. Save our seat. I guess I don't know who wanted it to say that, but whoever did, I'm sure whoever paid for the sign wanted it to say that, and so I'm going to respect that. There we go. It's looking much better. And don't ask me why I'm coughing. I usually cough in the morning, but sometimes at night too. It's like sinuses or something. I'm trying to drink a lot of water. And then now down at the bottom, we want to have a heart down here. Of course, a red one. And I'm just going to use this red. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but it's a red, skinny little pen. And I'm not sure if it even writes very well. I don't know. Maybe I'll use something else. I probably have something here in my little basket of goodies. I have watercolor. These are my watercolor pens. And I don't have a red pen in here. These are my Sharpie pens that are acrylic. But I do have a red one of these. I had to go to the store and get a whole nother package just to get a red pen. And I keep it in my travel. This is my little travel case here. It's a spaghetti holder. And so, the spaghetti holder works really good for holding paintbrushes and markers and things like that. It's just really, and straws. I rarely keep spaghetti in a spaghetti holder, but I had to get a whole new set of pens just so I could get one with a red in it. And Chevy, you don't do much on the weekends either? Yeah. Oh, there's a fair. Where at? You're going to mow the lawn this weekend. That's funny. I'm getting my lawn mowed finally. I went to Pennsylvania for about 3 weeks, and oh my Lord, my lawn, I came home to a jungle, an absolute jungle. Okay, I'm trying to raise up this camera so you can see me putting a heart down here. I hope you can see it. I've just run out of some camera, turning the camera space. And hearts is sometimes you make them lopsided, so I'm trying not to make it too lopsided. There, if you can see it. And I'll probably paint that in with just red. I'm not going to use my paint pen for that. But I keep my paint pen in here because, like, I have painted on, it's a grape tree here in Florida, and they have these big round leaves, and they're grape tree leaves. And I have painted on those, and they're still on the tree when I paint them, and I'll put, we love our beach on it and things like that. So when tourists come down, they'll see that, and they're always like, "Oh wow, somebody painted Save Our Seed on here," and they just think it's so cool and take pictures of it. They did not Save Our Seed, but we love our beach. I am having trouble with words tonight. Let's try focusing. Okay, so a bit of red for our heart. This is a Liquitex Basic Acrylic. These work pretty good, and the full-bodied ones are the best ones. They're the thickest. And we want to choose a small brush for that. I don't want too big of a brush. This is a very small brush, but I think that's going to do the trick. So I'll go ahead and bring my water over here, so you all can see what I'm doing. Y'all. And I'm going to go ahead and just paint that red heart first. And I normally don't work from the bottom up. Oh, look at that. We'll have to put white in there, but you cannot see that red at all with this paint for some reason. And I'm mixing on the board. I recommend that you pre-mix your paint to get it the color you want before you start painting. Me, I just will mix on the canvas or the board, wood, whatever I'm painting on. Sometimes I'll just mix there. Sometimes I get some really pretty colors doing that. And sometimes I'll make a mess. So it's really good to pre-mix your colors and get the color you want before you start painting. Now, I'm listening to myself talk. I'm really boring. I think that's probably why a lot of people don't stick around. That or my art is kind of slow. But if you're interested in this and you hang around, thank you so much. There we go. That's going to be so nice. Now I'm just going to wipe off the excess paint and clean my brush off. And I love this fishbowl. I used to keep a betta fish in here because these little fish bowls, they're just about the right size for a betta fish. I used to have them all the time, but I just kept killing them accidentally. It was not something I did on purpose. I promise. Yeah, I have a pre-mixed teal color in here someplace. Oh, there's my rock. I found it on the beach. It's a rubbing rock, a worry stone. It has a perfect little groove in it for rubbing if you're when you get worried or if you're nervous or something. So I just love that thing. Here it is, aqua green. It's nice and bright. I wonder if I should get it mint. Okay. So now this one I'm not going to put straight on here. I'm going to put it on our board, our palette, but keep it out. And I think the size is pretty good. The size brush will work fine. And I'm going to go over the paint pen that we had used for a second coating. To really bring out the color and thicken it up because we don't want it too thin. So it's good to go over it twice. D A. I was trying to think of a story for you tonight, but I think the story is just going to be this about this man who gave so much back to his family, and he just was loved dancing and music, and he loved his family, hard worker, and you just never know when your time's going to be. And I don't mean to be like sad or anything, but it's the reality of life. So I wanted to just say the sign has a lot of meaning is the point. Bayo. So Chevy 5-speed, if you can mow the lawn, you've accomplished something. So I'll be proud of you. Bayo, something you always lose. My answer, hair. Nice. Ah. Oh my gosh. That is the truth. That is the truth. And hopefully it's not till you're bald, but yeah, I lose a lot of hair. Ask my shower drain. Oh my goodness. That was a good one. I love laughing. I love jokes too. If you have a good joke, please feel free to share it. Try to keep it in, fairly good taste if you can. And I probably have been doing this where you can't even see it. Yeah. So I'm going over it and you can't even see it. Good job, Rachel. And let's see, can you see it here? Yes. And I might need an even smaller brush for this. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. Probably should have a little bit of a smaller brush, but this seems to be working okay. There's some good block lettering here. I kind of smushed up on the E, but that's okay. I'll probably just take some blue when that dries and some of this blue and just kind of darken that up. And actually, we are going to go around it with black anyway, so it won't matter. And now we'll do the rest of our letters. And I'll have to turn it this way so you can see it. And I'll try to move the camera a little bit. Here, here. Cameras are awesome. What would we do without them? I mean, these days, like, oh, I had the cutest thing happen yesterday. I was sitting outside in front of my house on my little sitting area, just enjoying the day, and along comes running up to me, and I made a video out of it. I don't know if I put it on YouTube yet, but I did put it on TikTok. And if I didn't put it on YouTube, I will. But this armadillo comes running up to right to me, right where my feet are, hanging down, just, sitting on my little couch there on the front porch. And this armadillo comes just running right up to my feet. I'm like he didn't even know I was there. And how often do you see an armadillo? I was like, holy crap. And he went right um, to into my garden, and I have a pipe sticking out for where the air conditioning water drips out, and it drips right into the garden. And this armadillo was just crawled right under that pipe where the water was, where it was all muddy. I'm going to make that a little longer. Save our seat. And he started rolling in the mud and digging in the mud and just having a good old time. It was so cute. Oh my gosh. Have you ever saw an armadillo play? I've only seen him dead on the road. But this armadillo was just having the time of his life in my playing in the water in the mud and digging. It was so cute. Made me laugh. But when you see it, when I get it posted, if I haven't already, you can take a peek at it and see for yourself what you think. It's really adorable. Promise I'm not going to die. Not today. Okay, now that's coming along fine. All right, back to, and just excuse me, I'm going to hit mute for a minute because I really have to cough. I think there's a mute button on here someplace. All right, I hope that worked. So has anybody else answered the question? Something you always lose? I was guessing the first thing someone would say is our keys. Bayo, that's pretty cool. Yeah, thank you, Bayo. Yeah, armadillos are really interesting looking, and they have that long, ratty, weird tail. So bizarre. Okay, so I'm wiping off the excess paint. Now I'm just gonna have a frog in my throat all night, so whatever. So there's our two brushes. This is my mechanical pencil, which I love mechanical pencils. And I'm going to use my black Sharpie pen to outline the letters now. Yes. Let's make sure it's dry first. And very carefully outlining the letters. And, and I do want this to look like a D. He loved the ocean and the beach, so that was cool. Oh, I'm so sorry about that frog in my throat, you guys. But I'll have to say, it's nice to be back in Florida. I was in Pennsylvania for 3 weeks, and I really, really miss Pennsylvania because I was in the mountains, and oh, it was magical and beautiful, and there were fireflies. I just loved it. And I was with good company as well. Fabulous company. So I'm not saying my lettering's perfect, but it does look, oh, it's better than it was. That's what I'm gonna say. And I can make it more perfect if I spend more time on it, but I'm not doing that right now. Straight down. And I'm freehanding. I have been actually, I'd have to say, getting much better at freehanding letters and shapes than I used to be. And excuse me, breathe that over. Can you even see what I'm doing? I hope so. I forgot I angled my camera so you can see down there, but let's get this O going. bring that around. I don't know. Has anybody else ever tried lettering besides in football or sports in high school? I might get out of my throat. I don't know. Okay, so there we have his name all blocked out. And we'll work on the save our seat part now. So now I'm just going to use the point of my marker. It's actually acrylic paint marker. It's not like a Sharpie marker. It's a Sharpie acrylic paint marker. All right, that's not too bad. That did okay. We're getting all these letters in there nice and straight as possible. I was going to paint, one of the projects I'm working on is a wolf painting with spackle. And I've decided I'm going to do that on my TikTok because it is so cool. There we go. Outlining things really helps a lot. Bring this back down here. And I'm going to tip the camera again. And if you can't see, just tell me. All right. So, and I have to say it out loud so I remember what I'm doing because I don't want to do the wrong letter again or the wrong word. So save our seat. So this restaurant that I've been painting murals at and posting on my YouTube is where they have hundreds and hundreds of these signs. Okay, at least 100 or more, but it is such a great cause. The owner is so good at giving back to the community, and and all of the signs are a donation made to the food banks, like I said earlier, but in case you missed it. Oh, I messed up this S a little bit. That's okay. Not the end of the world. Save our seat. I could have done this one in a short, actually. I used to do a lot more shorts until I started doing lives, live streaming, and now I don't do that many shorts anymore. But I'm working on getting back to it because most people don't have the attention span to watch a whole video anymore. Now, is the red in the camera? Can you see the red heart? Maybe I'll move the camera over just a teeny bit more because the sign's it's so long it's hitting my wall. Oh, I'm still using this. And we're going to outline this red heart. Which I'm also getting better at drawing hearts and making them so they're not so lopsided. For a while, every heart I made was just completely lopsided. And I'm going to go over that again with the brighter red. Oh, yay. A half hour of me gagging. I'm so sorry. Just waiting for a nice joke. So anyway, when I got home from Pennsylvania, my yard was an absolute jungle. And it's over a foot long. It's mostly weeds because Florida, unless you plant real grass, you've got weeds. And there's some wildflowers and things in there. But I have normally I have the best yard on the block, on the street, because I really pride myself on having a nice yard and you know and my house looking nice. But right now I have the worst yard on the street. So it's like, okay, I'll live with it. I'll try not to be so critical of other people's yards. Um, what happened was my lawnmower guy forgot, not he didn't forget, but he just got um, a huge workload. And I would only call him when I needed him, but he got some regulars and he's completely booked up through August. Now in Florida during the rainy season, our grass grows so freaking fast. It's insane. That looks much better. Clean that brush off. And we're pretty much done with this. Other than the cloud thing, they had it to the top, but I don't know. The cloud thing was just kind of weird looking. So, and there was like this cloud thing, like right up here toward the top. And I don't know if I like a cloud there. It's just, I'm not sure what that was supposed to be, but whatever. Um, and I think I want to do some highlighting with white somewhere. Let's see how it looks. I add a little bit of white and on the sides and the corners. That's not bad. Yeah, excuse me for that. I think I got whatever was in my throat out. hopefully. All right, moving this along. Let's do a little bit of highlighting. Now, if you notice on my YouTube channel, I have another sign I made. It was a Route 66 sign. Oh my gosh, that was so fun to make. And it was for a gentleman, and it was an original Route 66 sign. If you guys don't know what Route 66 is, please look it up. It's a very famous highway. Maybe I'll do a little on the A here in the bottom. But it's a very famous highway. And, oh, who want my fan? That's not good. And the highway used to be really the only highway to get to California. But they made a cartoon called Cars about Route 66, which really helped explain about that road. It's a cute little movie. It's a kids movie. I love kids movies though. So all these signs are when they're painted. We don't get paid to paint these signs. It's completely donated work because it's a charitable cause for the food banks, which I should go to one because I'm like so broke. Oh, it looks fabulous. Fabulous, darling. Fabulous. And I suppose I could put a cloud at the top. Just not sure. I thought it looked stupid, but maybe it. Oh, hey, Candy Heart. Hi. I passed 600 subs. Oh, thank you for telling me. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. How have you been? Man, it's been forever. I haven't heard from you. I love that name. Candy Heart. Makes me think of something sweet. You must be a very sweet person. I already know you are. My name is just my name. Nothing too exciting. All right. So I think we've accomplished our goal here. Let me turn this. I better move all my paint things out of the way 'cause I know I will stick it in the paint if I don't. And I'm going to turn it this way so you can see it. And that's his name, Daniel. And the top of the sign looks like that. And it's going to just hang straight up there. And it goes, save our seat with a heart at the bottom. I think that turned out just lovely. Let's see if I can turn the camera this way. Yeah, that's good. So, yeah, I've been working really hard on trying to get more subs. Oh, I just put this so you can't see anything. Here, I'm just going to hold it for now. Then you can see it better. There, I'm holding it with my hand. Can you see? Let's see if I hold it way up here. And it is a big sign. So that's how it looks like total. And I'm going to flip this around so you can see me again and put it back over here in my little cradle. And I'm not going to turn that light on again though because it was so bright. Chair. Ah, hi guys. I cannot get rid of that pole. I was trying to, but it's just there. And Candy, you said you've been good, good. Painting another octopus. Awesome. And oh, I can't wait to see it. Oh, you're monitoring his live stream right now. Oh, you are so nice. Yeah, I've popped in and seen him a few times. And thank you for popping in, Candy Heart. And how is Joe's stream going? Anyone wants to, you should put your little link here to his live stream if you're interested in tarot cards at all. Candy Heart's man does some tarot, which is really fun. So let me just hold this up. I am just so tickled pink with this. It turned out really nice. Oops, I think I'm going the wrong way. Let's go down a little bit with my table. But yeah, this is the sign. And it's mostly freehand. I did measure out the letters, but it's a lot of freehand as well because it didn't have to, it's not like for a professional business. But anyway, go to Candy Heart. And yeah, I checked out your husband's tarot reading station, and it was pretty interesting. I'm never in there early enough to ask a question, but if I ever get in there in time, I will. I know you're on about an hour after me, but once I get in there, it's usually too late for me to ask any questions about tarot stuff. Like, oh, is my life going to get any better? You know, will I win the lotto? Whenever you ask things like that, it's so funny. Um, anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. It is Thursday night. I will be back again on Tuesday, if all goes well, and we'll be live streaming. Oh, let me show you what I'm going to be doing on TikTok. It is so cool. Before I go, um, it is a wolf I'm making, and I'm using spackle. This is like something totally new, but I am like kind of burned out on just painting. So what I'm doing is I've seen all these videos on spackle for texture and art, and it's pink. So once it dries, if I can get on there. Once it dries, it turns white. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a wolf, and I put the spackle on canvas and trying to get freehand a wolf on canvas. So as you can see, it's white, so it is dry. So I'm going to be painting this wolf in, I think, white and gold on my TikTok channel, just for fun. And then I'm going to put it over the top over my front door for like protection, because it's a wolf howling is what it is. Although it's going to be going this way because I don't have this much room above my door, but it's a howling wolf. And I know there's no teeth yet. I couldn't do the teeth. I'm just going to paint those in. And oh, thanks, Candy. Yeah, so this is going to be such a fun project with second, actually. I already tried my first attempt at using spackle on canvas was a learning experience. And now this is a second one, and it's pretty heavy. It's got some good weight to it. Now I read I was doing some research with GPT, Chat GPT, and apparently spackle is not the best thing to use. Like molding clay is, and oh, plaster of Paris that you can mix up, which is also a lot cheaper, and you can mix it to the consistency you want. And you can, I mean, there's so many different things you can use for texture on canvas. This is just the first one that I decided to try. So it was, but it was fun. And I like working with three-dimensional things and making things. I make jewelry and wrap jewelry and stuff like that. So let me set this aside. It is quite girthy, and I can't wait till I'm going to paint it white with gold. Uh, and some like gray for shade. And I'll show you the picture that's my muse. Um, where did I put my muse picture? Here, Wolfie, Wolfie, where are you? I don't know where I put my wolf. Somewhere in this. Oh, here he is. Yay. So here he is. This is the wolf that I am using as a, and I'm sorry you got the reflection of the light in there. But I drew this guy a while back, and he's such an inspiration. He's like a puppy, and he's howling, and I just loved it. So I wanted to make it bigger, but with texture, and put it across my front door. And all right, so that's our show tonight. Yay, we're done. Thank you for joining me. And modeling paste. Oh yes, modeling paste. And somebody did a video for me too. They made their own homemade modeling paste. I have to go back and find that video. They made it especially for me. And then it took me, what, 6 months to finally get to it. So I will thank you for that, Candy. Modeling paste. I should just write that down while I'm thinking about it. And we will see you next Thursday when I stream again. In the meantime, have a great week, and we'll see you next time on Rachel Hogan's Art. Mwah.